process has been together for several dozen years, quite a while, and we have no sign of slowing down anytime soon. We have a lot of projects and touring ideas in mind. We're hoping to get out there to Europe this next year, and it's something we've been praying for and working for. And we have a new project up the road. You know, I don't want to say too much about it because it's kind of a germ in the mind, a little seed. But it's going to be called Hidden Treasure, and at least that's the tentative title. And it's going to be some of our favorite Jamaican songs, updated and cut in our own style. And it'll also be featuring a showcase tune called Tribute, which is a tribute to the fallen heroes of reggae music whose work goes on, like Joseph Hill from Culture, Peter Tosh, and all the greats like Bob Marley. So that's where the new direction is going to be. I think we may end up going down to Jamaica to record some of it, but it may be a couple of years off before we really get fully involved in it. We got a lot of work to do where we're at right now. Well, we started the process back in the late 80s, and myself and Garrick Owen, the guitar player, added Bill Heffelfinger on arrangements and bass and programming, keyboards. And 5 years ago, we added Gabe Gonzalez from George Clinton's P-Funk All-Stars on the drums. And Sam Metropolis plays percussion. We have 8 self-produced albums, and we are striving to move forward all the while. I guess my greatest pleasure in the band is being able to work with the caliber of musicians, but more importantly, the caliber of people that I have in the band. They've been my friends, and they've been my brothers, and their talent is exemplary. And we're kind of a musicians band. I mean, musicians like to see the players in the process because they're such good players. And that has been a real joy to me, having them support the songs that I write, and having that type of a support structure from your brothers has been a real blessing. With having 2 drummers is that gives us a little more versatility. Sam has been playing with us since about 7, 8 years ago, probably 1997, and he's gone over more onto percussion, kind of like Jim Capaldi did with Traffic. And then at that time, Gabe Gonzalez joined from George Clinton's P-Funk All-Stars, and he's mainly on the traps now. So we've kept Sam in the fold, and we still play with Gabe, and this makes for a monster sound down there. Being blessed with the members of the group that I have, we have Garrick Owen on guitar. He's an amazing pioneer of many new sounds and a fusion of reggae and rock. He's been featured in Guitar Player and Guitar World magazines, and just a phenomenal talent. I write quite a bit of the material with him. And then we have Bill Heffelfinger on the bass. He arranges much of the music. He'll do the string and horn arrangements and the keyboard arrangements. He plays bass and stick bass live. And Bill is also a brilliant drummer. He's just a classically trained prog musician is what he really is. And so he brings a really exotic element into our musical stew, having him there. Gabe Gonzalez is just a monster. I mean, he can do the most incredible fills, and you'll think there's no way he's going to end on the one, and then right on that, he'll blow your mind and hit that thing on the one. That man is on the one. The artwork on the new album was designed by our graphic designer, Stephen Gotts, who is also our webmaster. Myself and Garrett kind of collaborated with him a little bit on that, and featured on the cover is our drummer, Gabe Gonzalez. The album's called Weapons of Mass Percussion. And he's wearing this, what looks like sort of like a diving helmet, but it kind of looks like a space-age kind of helmet. And what that thing is, it's a relic of the original P-Funk mothership. And remember the mothership was a craft that George Clinton and the P-Funk landed at the Silver Dome, and then the door came out and the stairs came down and all the fog machine and all that happened. And that was one of the original relics of the mothership. So it's kind of a neat thing. In the beginning, we had the idea to fuse rock with reggae music and take reggae music to more of a rock audience, and also let the reggae people appreciate more rock and roll guitars. Of course, it's gone more in the way that the rock people have appreciated what we do, but the reggae people love it too. And just the people that we see at shows tend to be more like rockers because we rock out. And but the direction of the band has changed over the years. I think, in the beginning when you do your first couple records, you wear your influences on your sleeve. I mean, you can say, oh, this sounds like that, or this sounds like that, but as years go on, we've honed our style to be more us. It's become more a feeling that it's more unique to what our style is. We found our own voice, so to speak. And that includes musically and lyrically, melodically, in every way. I think we're more... Blood and Bones is the title track of one of our recent CDs. And it's a song about Africa's influence on humanity. And the theme or the idea, the germ of the idea for the song came to me from a quote I read from Keith Richards from the Rolling Stones. Someone asked him how a white man can have so much affinity for blues or for reggae music. And he responded by saying, it goes a lot deeper than skin. It's deeper than flesh, more deep inside you like blood and bones. And so that's where the quote came from in the chorus of the song. But the song itself is talking about Africa. You know, Africa, the mother of creation, how every human being came from Africa, you know, descended from Africa. And the heartbeat rhythm of reggae music and rock music is the rhythm of Africa. And so, Mother Africa, Father of creation, yeah, blood and bones. Another song I've been asked about is Affliction of Kush from our second album, Ball That Vex. That's a song about the genocide that took place in Ethiopia in the 1970s and early 80s under the criminal dictatorship of General Mengistu Haile Mariam. General Mengistu butchered hundreds of thousands of Ethiopian citizens, and today he's living in protected calm in the country of the rogue state of Zimbabwe. And he's been sentenced to his imprisonment and death in Ethiopia, yet he still is able to travel back and forth between Zimbabwe and North Korea. So someday he will be brought to justice and returned to Ethiopia and made to account for his crimes. But as he underestimated the spirit of the emperor as this frail, broken prisoner, he never realized the emperor's force was much stronger than that, and that he had ways of dealing with even people like Mengistu that were beyond flesh. So this little blip in time, or this Iwa as they call it, means nothing more than that to the Creator. The Creator deals with eternity, and this is no more than a blip. So justice must be served. Okay? Another one I've been asked about is Weapons of Mass Percussion. That song basically tells the story in the words of the guilty of the failed Iraq War and all the events leading up to it. It has Mr. Rumsfeld and Mr. Bush contradicting each other, sending out mind-washing statements, and it's all pretty much told in their words. It's a remix from our newest CD, Weapons of Mass Percussion, the title track. Rap Down is a song about the elements and how mankind tries to control them for his own purposes, but how the Creator always manages to hold mankind in check with the elements: rain, wind, lightning. The song Beggar, which we made a video of, is a true story about a street person that I read about in Life magazine, although I changed the lyric to Time magazine, because Time's more of a rag, so I thought I'd rag on Time instead of Life. But the song is about this person who was begging in a subway with a sign that said, "I have AIDS, please have compassion." But he really didn't have AIDS, and in the end he gets angry when people start asking him too many questions. He was just using that as an excuse to beg in a subway. Rasta Calling is a song about Ethiopia and the history of it. You know, all life comes from the Nile River Valley. All mankind descended from there. And the Ark of the Covenant rests there now. It's left its place in Israel, and it's left its place in... the head of religion has left Rome and returned to Ethiopia. The Father of creation. You know, as it is in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. And all things go back to the creation time of Ethiopia. Armageddon Warrior is a song about living in these last days. It's about the civil war in Lebanon that goes on and on and on, and how these people take a chance on time. Mr. Babylon is about the system drinking up the blood of the sufferers. Pigman is the story of an old pig farmer that lived down in our hometown, and we made a short film about it called Pigman the Movie. If you get a chance to watch Pigman the Movie on YouTube, go watch it. To our longtime fans and supporters, to our friends and families, I'd like to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for the love you've been giving us all these years, and we only hope we can try and repay you some of that love. Peace.